Y'all let you relax. Relax, stand up. Stand up. You're at the football game. And your favorite baseball, basketball team is saying something, then you're going to say what? Hoorah or hooray? Which one? When your children come home and ask you for some money, how do you react? Oh, God. These are just some reactions. Okay. But when you found out something's going good for you, what do? Yeah. When you get in the mailbox, you open the mailbox, and there's a letter that with a check in that you didn't know it was going to be there, what do you do then? There you go. So stretch your arms out for it. Because it's going to be really informative. Woo, there you go. Just give yourself a good, because some of them moved all day. All we moved and roll. Okay, now have a seat. All right, good. All right. Because I don't know if you like me sometimes. I can't describe about these checks in the mail. You know how you get these sales letters in the mail? I'll tell you about it in a minute. You get these sales letters in the mail, you say, well, I never jump, right? So one day I got one and I set it there and I just said, oh, what is that? So what is it? What is that thing? What somebody said they're trying to sell right now? So I popped it. It was a $300 check. Check this out. Years ago, I had disputed something. I forgot about it. They tell me, you didn't pay it. Yes, I did. They found it through an audit. But if I hadn't opened it, because it didn't say from so-and-so, so-and-so, it was like just junk mail. So when you get junk mail, it might be a check. And that's $300, $300 now. I don't know about you. With gas, $4.25 a gallon, that's a lot of gas. But I am Chef Dr. Timothy Moore. I am the vegan raw chef. Now, you don't have to be vegan raw to do like me, but when I tell you my story, it'll make sense. But, you know, Vanderbilt, I didn't meet her through a certain person, and we built a great friendship because I love networking. But I love helping people get healthy. Now, everybody is not going to lose weight because they forget one thing, healthy. How do I stay healthy? Because if we get you healthy, the weight takes care of itself. But if I don't get you healthy, the weight's going to be a problem, and guess what? You're going to be so mad because you're going to be discouraged. Now, everybody in the room don't have health problems as far as weight. It could be high blood pressure. It could be diabetes. It could be lupus. It could be fibromyalgia. It could be osteoarthritis. It could be a number of things. But you know what? It all goes back to two things: food and emotions. Trust me, it does. But let me tell you my story. Back in the day, playing college football, and when I was an athlete, you know how we was when we was athlete. Some of us could run heaven down. There was no such thing as need to sleep. Well, we was driving, some partners of mine were going to another town, and I was 25 years old. I'll never forget it. Six-pack tight, no problems, just left church's chicken. Never forget it. Never forget what I always got. I got 3 pieces of breast, got a roll, got some corn, got that strawberry drink that'll make you cough. It was so strong. You know how you, Jesus. And I said, give me 2 jalapenos. And I was doing. And that time they had those biscuits. I don't know if they got them now, but they had like sugar something on them, sweet crisp. Y'all know, y'all still going to church and chicken, right? Okay. But I had that thing, and we was going down the road, and all of a sudden I said, man, we upside down. Now I'm driving. But look at this time, we're at a light. He said, who upside down? I said, we upside down. Man, we ain't upside down. I said, yeah. He said, put your foot on the brake. I said, all right, man. He said, okay, ease up. I'm going to pull to the side. Got to the side. Luckily, this town had a little clinic. So everything, now, imagine everything's upside down, so I had to close my eyes. You have to leave me. You got to be careful. You can't take that. Please leave me. So we got this guy, and the girl said, whoa, your blood sugar's 500 off the scale. Now, the reason I hadn't passed out was, for some reason, I know now, I have been drinking water like crazy. I go buy these cases of water, but my weight was falling off. And I think, hey, my stomach feels smooth, I'm looking good, bulletproof, must be all right. Because nobody talked to me about diabetes. Because back in the day, it was called the sugar. And everybody we knew, it was the sugar. And it was something we were just supposed to get, the sugar. So this guy said, well, who's your doctor? So I told him who he was. They called him in another state. Hey, man, you got to see this guy tomorrow because his sugar's 500 off the scale. And they said, well, we can't do nothing with it, but we got to send him back. So they told him not to eat that day I said, okay, no problem. So the next morning I got back into the city, and it was 259. So he said, I'm going to give you some little pills. But before he could do that, before I walked in his door, there was a chiropractor next door. Now back then, it was like these buddy offices. So the chiropractor said, I said, you going to see him? I said, yeah. He can't do nothing for you. Now, this the MD, this the chiropractor. So I said, who are you? He said, I'm a chiropractor. Now back in the day, chiropractors was quacks. They was not even registered as a doctor. For you that's old enough to understand, seriously. But they knew what they was talking about. But they was registered as an insurance company. Won't even look at them. So one of them guy gave me a prescription, told me to come back and see him in 30 days. Never said nothing about nutrition, change what I was eating, just come see me in 30 days. Hey, I wanted to hear. You ain't changed what I'm doing. I'm a Southern boy, country. When I said eating everything, we all kind of. Yeah, I know about them neck bones. Come on. Some of y'all had something else they said. Oxtails, hamburgers, chicken, smothered, baked potatoes, fries. Oh, I can talk about it now. So I came back a month later. It was chiropractor said, but it was a blessing though, real quick. The doctor went in. What did the chiropractor say? Come and talk to me while you're waiting on your doctor. Because back then, they didn't have the nurses where the nurses could see you versus the doctor. You had to wait for the doctor. The laws have changed a little now since back then. Because the RN or the nurse practitioner could do it now. But back then, the doctor had to be the one to see it. 4 hours later, I'm in this guy's office. He's educating me. Changing my world. But he's telling me stuff. It's making sense, but it's not making sense. Yeah, give up this, give up that. Come on, man. Be for real. Guess what? It worked. So I went back and started learning more about nutrition and food. Well, that still didn't change. That's just at 25. You can't tell us nothing. Give us my chicken, my mama's sweet potato pie, smothered chicken. Because every celebration you go around with people is food. Everything you think about is food. Or if you get upset in emotional wise, is food. You go to work, somebody upsets you, you get your favorite dessert. It don't, you go to church, the pastor don't preach right, you go get your favorite food. He's got on my nerves, so I'm going to get me this cake. Everything is food related. But I kept growing and kept growing. So as I'm doing a little different than what she said about my education, but I was doing counseling, psychological counseling. And I'm sitting there and I'm getting growing. And everybody walks in, all they want is a prescription or just a way not to go to work. You know, man, can you write me a 5-day pass? I don't want to go to work, but I'm going to take a vacation. Insurance company have no problem paying for your mental state because they just pass it on. Well, it got to the point where I got 360 pounds. These are the last of my pants. I wore these pants. I can get the pictures and show them to you. We could hopscotch in these pants. But the problem with the pants neither, I couldn't walk from here probably to your sanctuary without being out of breath. I'm talking about, I had a chair. Walmart at the time sold a little plastic chair, black, folded. They might still sell it. And I would carry it with me everywhere I go, because I'd be out of breath. And if I had to go stand in line, the driver's license, or anywhere, I had to carry my chair. Because you know what? They didn't care if you had an elbow. You got to stand in line like everybody else. Now, you think I'm joking? Go to a line somewhere, stand in there and say, can you break? You're going to have to call the Lord off the cross. Because they ain't going to let you break in line. You ready for the number? And find you somewhere to sit or whatever. So I took care of it. So when I started changing my life food-wise. Now, the food wasn't a problem because I was a Southern boy. But I remember telling my mother, I'm not going to make it to 35. And she looked at me and said, yeah, you can control it. Don't you control what you eat? Yeah, that's what you cooking it. I'm going home again. You know, ain't nothing like mama's cooking. I don't care what you say. If she's still here, good. If she ain't, you still remember mama's cooking. Some of us can smell the dressing now. Mom been dead 20 years. You smell that dressing like yesterday. So I had to transform me. So, because people weren't going to come to me 360 hours, because I was like nothing vessel with Janet Jackson. And I had the M&Ms, I had the candies, I had my favorite desserts. But I changed everything about my life. But one thing I couldn't break, though. It was that hamburger. The more greasier, the better. I had this hamburger, It had three types of cheeses. It had bacon, it had pickles, it had mayonnaise, it had mustard, it had a toasted bun. It was like that, and I would go to a side of town that nobody knew me. I would sneak and get my hamburger. I was like, Wimpy, if you give me a hamburger today, I'll be glad. I ate it, and then finally one day I said, who are you fooling? Who are you fooling? So I said, you got to stop this. And I stopped. But my people around me, oh God, going from 360 to 190, are you sick? Do you have cancer? Is something wrong with you? Now, they never said nothing to me when I was big. That was normal. Now, if you think I'm joking, today's time, all you find is big men and women clothes stores everywhere now, right? Yeah. They ain't getting smaller. Because now, you have to go find your petite clothes. Used to be time, that's all you fought. But now it's the big clothes first. Then the petite if they got. Everybody's keep growing. Well, we got a problem here with food, nutrition, diet, exercise, meditation. I'm not telling you have to run a marathon. You do not, because I didn't at first. What I did was I cut all the oil, the salt, and the sugar out of my life. What's it, the oil? I'll explain in a minute. The salt and the sugar. Well, first thing was that Coca-Cola. That great Coca-Cola. Bound by the 12 pack. The cola, I buy them liters. And I could buy 6 of them. The little 1 liter bottles. And I could be driving no matter where I was going. I could drink 3 before I get 2 blocks seemed like. Because I'm like, well, I ain't by myself. Some of you know what them Cokes taste like. Yours might be a Pepsi, yours might be a Dr. Pepper, but it was a soda. But some of it might be a Kool-Aid. The colder the better, because how many of you got that sweet tea place you go to that'll cut your teeth in half? It's so sweet, but it's so good.